Good morning friends. Today we will discuss about the tears of testes from B.SC. third year class, paper number 2nd, Mammalian Histology. Testes is male reproductive organs or pair of testes are present, and in female reproductive system, reproductive organ is pair of ovaries. These organs are also called as endocrine and they mainly secretes hormones. The testes produce male sex cell, that is sperms, and female ovary produce ova. Therefore, these cells are also called as cytogenous gland. Testes are oval in structure and mainly compound tubular gland placed in the Sertoli sac outside the abdomen. The Sertoli sacs contains the testes are slightly lower temperature than that of the body. Each testis is enclosed by in a dense fibrous capsule, and this capsule is called as tunica albuginea. Below this tunica albuginea, loose connective tissue layer present, richly supplied with blood, and this layer is called as tunica vascularis. The tunica albuginea of posterior portion of testis is greatly thickened at the middle. The tunica albuginea of the posterior portion of the testis is greatly thickened at the middle region of mid-diasteme, and this region is called as mid-diasteme. This mid-diasteme part, that is tunica albuginea, at various points divides, called as septula testis, and this interior part of the testis is subdivided into number of partition. It is called as pyramidal tubules. Each tubules of testis contains several coiled structure, and these several coiled structure called as seminiferous tubules. These seminiferous tubules unite narrow straight tubules. These seminiferous tubules unite narrow straight tubule. It is called as retestis. This narrow straight tubule is called as retestis in mid-diasteme. Behind the testis and outside of its tunica albuginea, seminiferous tubules are seen. Elongated body called as epidynamics behind the testis, and outside the tunica albuginea elongated body is formed. It is called as epidynamics, and these epidynamics mainly divided into three parts: head, body, and tail part. And this tail part portion of epidynamics is connected to the vas deferens. This tail part is united to the vas deferens. When microscopic structure observed, and these tiers of testes shows different parts, numerous seminiferous tubules are present. Again, in transverse section of testes shows interstitial cells, blood vessels. Also observe connective tissues around the seminiferous tubules. First, these testes shows numerous seminiferous tubules are observed in the testes. These seminiferous tubules numerous, and mainly these wall of seminiferous tubules contains outer capsule as well as elastic connective tissue and basement membrane and complex stratified epithelium is present. The seminiferous tubule mainly consists two types of cells, that is spermatogenic cells and Sertoli cells. Spermatogenic cells and Sertoli cells are present in seminiferous tubules. Sertoli and spermatogenic cells are present in seminiferous tubule. First, let us start with spermatogenic cells. These spermatogenic cell, it is also called as germinal epithelial layer. We observe in this diagram here the basement membrane, the 4 to 8 layers of spermatogenic cells present in between basal lamina and lumen. In between basal lamina and lumen, these spermatogenic cells are present. These are primitive germ cells, or spermatogonia is derived from these cells. They are round, cuboidal in shape with spherical nucleus. These cells are round, spherical, and nucleus is present. These cells are again two types present in man and monkey. A cells, it is called as stem cells, and B cells, it is also called as derivative cells. These spermatogenic cells again divided into two types, and these two types present in man and monkey. A cells, it is also called as stem cells, and B cell, it is also called as the derivative cells. These A stem cells or A cells having nucleus 1 to 2 nucleolus present at the inner surface, and B cells centrally placed nucleus is present. These A cells divides into two new stem cells. A cells divided into two new stem cells, and B cells, these are divided into primary spermatocytes, secondary spermatocytes, and secondary spermatocytes again do not undergo division and forms mature spermatozoa, and these mature spermatozoa attached to the Sertoli cells. These mature spermatozoa attached to the Sertoli cells. Structure of mature spermatozoa. These mature spermatozoa mainly consist three parts: head part, neck, middle piece, and tail part is present. These spermatozoa are cylinder, motile, flagellated bodies having total length 55 to 65 in mu. Total length is 55 to 65 mu in length. They are formed in enormous number, about 60,000 spermatozoa per cubic millimeter of semen. Head, these spermatozoa divided into different parts. Head part, the head part of human sperm is oval body with length of 4 to 5 mu and width is 3 mu. It contains nucleus and anteriorly covered by acrosome cap. And next part is neck. This neck connect head and middle piece. The proximal centriole, here the proximal centriole is present. in the neck region. Next part is middle piece. This middle part is about 5 to 9 mu in length and about 1 mu in weight. It has core with the typical structure of filament in central. It has core with typical structure of flagellum. Next part is principal part. In middle region, mitochondria are present. Next part is principal piece. This principal part is longest portion, having length 40 to 50 mu in length and without mitochondrial sheath. Here mitochondria are absent. Tail piece. The tail piece is short, cylindrical, about 5 to 10 mu in length. This tail is 5 to 10 mu in length. Next cell is Sertoli cells. These Sertoli cells, we can observe these Sertoli cell in the diagram, yellowish in colored Sertoli cells. It is also called as supportive cells. These are tall, irregular, columnar cells which extend from the basal lamina. These are present in basal lamina and extends towards the lumen. These Sertoli cells also called as nurse cell because these provides nourishment to the developing sperm. These cells gives mechanical support and protection for the developing germ cells, and these Sertoli cells also release mature sperm in the lumen. Next type of cell is also called as interstitial cell. It is also called as Lydic cells. These interstitial cells, these occurs in the groups. These cells occurs in the group in between the seminiferous tubules, and these cells mainly secretes hormone, and these interstitial cells associated with the blood capillaries mainly secretes hormone testosterone. This testosterone hormone is important for spermatogenesis, and this spermatogenesis process takes place in presence of testosterone hormone. This testosterone hormone also important for expression of male secondary characters, that is male secondary sexually characters are also controlled by the testosterone hormones. This spermatic artery supplies blood to the testes. Also nerve lymphatics and lymphatic fibers and nerve fibers supplies to the testes, and these enter from the mid-diasteme. Next point is diagnostic feature of testes. This testis is mainly contains connective tissue capsule. It is called as tunica albuginea. In testis, connective tissue capsule is present. It is called as tunica albuginea. In between seminiferous tubules, here interstitial cells or Lydic cells are present, and these cells are most important for testosterone hormone secretion. Large number of seminiferous tubules are present in tiers of testes, as well as Sertoli cells. These supporting Sertoli cells are present in testes, and in testes spermatozoa are attached to the Sertoli cells. These are all about the histology of the testes. Thank you.